Make your money early on in the session so you don't have to stick around all day trading looking for more moves. Capitalize in the morning, take the rest of the day off, and enjoy your profits. Let's hop into this video. Looking at the trading view here first, I want to go over all the potential ideas you could have taken today. I think the first idea, looking at the open here, clear lower highs and lower lows. But why was it maybe difficult to long it? Well, if you've watched any of these videos or checking on my AceFX TV streams, you know I use the 15-minute of daily view up over there, that this black line from the changeover of day, we were right in the middle of that, right when we're pulling back here at the open. So I actually still kind of like the longs off this level, especially if we were to rewind it here. You'd see the 3 pins right down to it. Looking like this could just be the next place we want to bounce from to continue the bullish trend, being that we had a nice bullish pre-market. We even took out the previous day's high. It looks like longs are going to want to continue from here if we could hold this level. Now, of course, they don't hold this level. It comes right back down, but that's why it was so hesitant for me to find the shorts, where if that VWAP wasn't in my way, this is absolutely 100% the way you should be short in the market, of not chasing this first break outside opening range low, seeing if it wants to induce a lot of shorts and trap shorts in and then come back higher. But then once you see sellers defend this New York VWAP, I'm okay with taking the second break outside, because sellers just showed you their hand that they want to defend that New York. This is now looking like our lower high. Let's go continue the trend. I say trend, but on the 15-minute, it wasn't really trending lower. So that was the tough part about it. So let's imagine we had a bearish 15-minute chart underneath all VWAPs. I would absolutely love this short, because you could also see this blue VWAP under here. That's our yesterday's New York. So we're above that. We're trading above it. I don't really like to trade down into it. I like to find longs above it. So if you did find shorts that way, really, really beautiful trade. Another thing I don't always look at, which I only really started, I guess you could say today, but if you look at a start of week one, right, from the Sunday at 6 p.m. when the market's open, if we anchor it there, we'll make that like a dark purple just to differentiate it. We were also above that, so I'm still wanting to find the longs. I'm thinking we could bounce at any moment, even though we haven't made our way down to it yet. So I just watched the shorts go, We actually did have a few ideas of longing it off of that daily view up. And depending on when you do it, if you somehow long it here off the daily, you take profits up there, you definitely could make money. That's what Austin was doing on stream today. So for anyone that doesn't watch the AceFX TV streams, you can go to, like I said, AceFX TV here, and you'll see all the courses that we teach, as well as the daily live streams. If you go down here to the market open replay, Austin took the shorts, or he took the long, excuse me, but on Monday and Tuesday, he was hammering the shorts, and you could see how well that was working out. So I think having a strategy and having a plan, you can still make money against the grain. It's just not going to be the strong follow through like we see here to the downside. But I want to talk about the afternoon plays, right? Looking at this choppiness, it seems to be the common theme of how these afternoons have been playing out. It either reverses all the way and breaks for new highs, or we just kind of fizzle out. That the move was here at the open for the first hour and a half, dropping down 400 points on NQ, and then we just sit within that range all day. No new highs, no new lows, just sitting. So it could be very easy for people to get trapped in longs up there, then want to chase the shorts down here. Okay, fine, let's chase the longs back up here. But there's no real follow through. It's just chopping around, testing every price, stopping everyone out. That if you can make your money early on in the session, take advantage of that New York open volatility, because this is on a 2-minute. If you go to the 1-minute here at the open, there's plenty of opportunities to catch these lower highs. There's a short at the open. That's a tough one to take. But this one over here, we have people on stream make money that way. You can even see it pull back, take the next short, and you catch the next lower low. Clean trend for about an hour and a half, and then that's when the longs come in. So we had a few people in our Black Shirt Club take some shorts. The one I want to talk about here is on this New York VWAP, expecting it to bounce back down, or wanting it to bounce back down, because I'll give it to you, the day had been pretty bearish, lower highs and lower lows, but we did kind of just bounce off and above that yesterday's New York VWAP, so that's not the greatest. Same thing, if we go to the 15-minute here, at the time of this entry, when we're potentially going to short it off this daily VWAP, look how the 15-minute is actually closing above the daily VWAP now. So that's not really the most bearish sign, that we're not still underneath it. So now, when we still zoom out on the day, from pre-market through the open, through everything, this is just going to look like our higher low. Now we're back above both VWAPs, aka VWAP alignment, which is why I wanted the longs earlier, at the same price at the open, the bounce off the daily VWAP. So now that we're cutting above the daily VWAP, we already are above this previous day's New York VWAP. The longs still look like they make sense on this bigger picture. So that's why I would at least avoid the short. But I do find it tough to take this long, because if you followed any of this as well, we could also go over here to Edgeful. Let me turn on the initial balance here, which is that first hour of the day. And we'll turn off the opening range for this instance. So you can see the initial balance here in red. let's go over to Edgefield and measure that out real quick. So for anyone that doesn't know, Edgefield gives these great reports, and this is one of my favorites of the initial balance. You can see by size, 0.93% today is the size of it. Well, based off of that, that's the biggest filter that they got because that doesn't really happen that often. That's a big open. But 4 out of the last 24, so 16% of the time of initial balances this size, do we break both sides? Clearly, we already took out the bottom today, so that really doesn't favor that we go all the way back up to the top and break both sides. Now, I'll give it to you. We have been doing it quite a bit in most recent days. I mean, I think yesterday is another prime example, real quick, where we broke out the bottom here, but we also broke out the top in the afternoon. Very whipsawy, very sporadic and unpredictable price action in these afternoons, which is why it's almost paramount to make our money early and call it a day. Get off the desk. Don't try to predict that trend is going to stay in because it hasn't always been staying in the entire day like we had on the Monday. Monday followed through beautifully. Lower highs, lower lows, no doubt about it. But then you come in the next day, no trend continuation, and even the next day, no trend continuation. So it's a very much so squeeze money out of the profit, squeeze money out of the market. Don't give back your profits in the later afternoon. So I still have to trust this initial balance report because it still is very low probability. So even though it had occurred yesterday, doesn't necessarily mean, oh, well, it's been doing it lately, so it's probably going to do it again. It still probably is unlikely. So that's one reason to maybe not chase these shorts up here. You can get good buy prices off of this New York VWAP and definitely scalp some money out of it. But if you're chasing the longs, once you almost miss that bounce, right? If you didn't get this price along this New York VWAP, you're too late because now you're chasing for a breakout, which isn't likely to happen. But if you can call a bounce and trade a bounce play off of these key VWAPs, you could definitely make money out of that. So I think that was the reason to avoid these longs maybe up here. But like I said, if you long it here on the bounce, nice 94, 100-point move there, another 100-point move here. So you definitely could make money out of the longs there, but they're very short-lived, and it's also just as tough to short it because you're above every VWAP now. I mean, we could open up the 15-minute here and look at the entire day, not rewind it. For the rest of the session, very, very choppy. Doesn't make new highs, doesn't make new lows. So you don't want to be chasing breakouts there, but you don't also want to be chasing breakouts to the downside. When the range is set and there's no new information of a new low a day, new high a day, it's probably best to just get out of the market, reset, and look for cleaner trend tomorrow. And this is actually a trade I took after hours. I don't often take this, but we could open up the 1 minute here on the overnight. You can see the closure here for the hour. I bought it off the VWAP bounce, right? And it's moving even higher still, right? We get a nice bullish since the changeover of day. Pull back to the overnight VWAP. Trend continuation. Pulls back again. You can maybe even long it there. So clean little long. I'm already up on the day, and it's not even the next day. I didn't even go to sleep yet. So a nice little trade there. But I think hopefully you guys understand this initial balance report. Super, super strong, even though we have been seeing it more recently. I still can't throw it out the window. And I think just the biggest lesson is if you somehow found a way to make money either long or short, and the moment you see this not bounce down, and now you're floating back above all of these key levels that you have, right? Let's turn it back on the opening range and even our initial balance. It's now 12 o'clock. We're back inside the initial balance. We're back inside the opening range, looking like we might want to go back to the high of day, but we don't really have a new high of day set in for longs. Rather than predict where this wants to go, is this going to follow through? Is this going to chop? If you made money in the trending move, get out of the market. Don't give it back. Don't try to maximize on these choppy days, right? Price should be continuing lower and lower on a nice, clean, bearish day. Case in point, again, would be on Monday. On Monday, if you can make money at the open and you see it continue to fall, well then, yeah, 12 o'clock, you could short it again, make more money. Short it again at 1 o'clock, make more money. Maximize on the trending days. But a day that's no longer trending in your eyes or in anybody's eyes, don't step on the gas super hard and waste all your risk. Get off the desk, enjoy your time. So if you guys found value in it, hope you guys made money today as well. I know we had a lot of people make some money on our streams this morning. And actually, if you're not a member of ASFX TV, you could use code Evan and get 50% off your first month. That'll give you access to the live streams where we'll trade together, as well as the 2 courses where you see us trade. So definitely tune into that. And as always, code Evan on Tradeify will get you 30% off all of their accounts and even 35% off the 50K accounts. So the straight to sim funded. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys made some money. Let me know if you have any questions. Trade safe, and I'll see you guys on the charts tomorrow morning.